Hey folks, how you doing? This is Wayne S. Pierce for American Liberty Radio Network, AmericanLibertyRadio.weebly.com. You can find me over there. Anything you want over there, you can find it. Yes. This is the 9th of September, 2017. A couple of things. We lost three country singers in a matter of just in one day. Don Williams, remember him? He passed away. Troy Montgomery, Montgomery Gentry, I think. Let me go look. Yes. Lost him. Lost another, not a singer, but a actor. So, the thing that we have to understand is we ain't here for long. Okay? We ain't here for long. I say that because we got all these natural and unnatural disasters happening right now. And it is incredible that we are seeing this at the moment. It's incredible that we are living in a time when all of these things are happening, weather-wise, and we have political problems all over the world, economical problems, spiritual problems. You know, we have all these problems all over the world. And in case you haven't noticed, you're not immune from it either. So as far as I'm concerned, we have to pay attention. We have to pay attention. That's just the way it is. And as far as I'm concerned, not a whole lot of people are. From what I can see. I could be wrong. I could definitely be wrong. But I'll tell you what. We have something in ourselves that some of us never, ever tap into. No, it's not your intelligence. I'm sure most of you are intelligent enough to figure things out. But we have other things as well. And the thing that really has helped me throughout the years has been that ability that I have within myself to see things. And let's just say I've paid attention to what's going on. And I really suggest that people now start paying attention to what's going on. Because as far as I'm concerned, we need to do it. We need to pay attention. We need to do what we have to do to protect our friends, our family, coworkers, and everybody else, and help. Not hinder, but help other people. And as far as I'm concerned, that's what we have to do. There's no question about it. Because if you help others, others will help you. Yeah, a lot of people say that, and that's an old cliche. And But it's true. It's really true. There's a lot going on in our world today. All of Florida better pack up and leave. I don't care if you're sitting there thinking, well, we'll just go in the basement and we'll just, hunker down. And no. Experts, weather experts, analysts, newscasters I've seen on live YouTube streams have said the same thing. Pack your crap and leave. Okay? That's the way it is. Okay? Zero Hedge is reporting this is what Miami could look like on Sunday morning. These simulations are based on the Coastal Emergency Risk Assessment, Storm Surge, and Wave Model. An analysis by Climate Central shows the Florida storm surge from Hurricane Irma could endanger millions and result in billions of dollars in property damage. By the way, there's Hurricane Jose slipping on the side to the east of Florida and to the islands out there, so you got to watch out for that one too. According to Climate Central, it has created the following resources to help anyone remaining in the area visually understand how dangerous the flooding will be in their neighborhood and take safety measures accordingly. This is going up on American Liberty Radio Podcast. If you are in Florida, listening to my voice, you need to leave. I don't care what is in your home. That stuff can be replaced, as the county sheriff was saying. Your life can't. And if you've been through hurricanes before, this ain't nothing. This is a little breezy storm here. This will pass us by. If you're that stupid, just pack your crap and leave. Just get out, save your own life and the lives of others, and leave. Because sticking around is not going to help you. Look at what happened to Houston. With Hurricane Harvey. Look at what happened. Now, when I said there's a problem with our spiritual understanding, here's one part of it that is, I'm just going to say, these people are completely and utterly stupid. I would be insulting a box of rocks if I were to say they're dumber than a box of rocks. ISIS supporters hail Hurricane Irma as soldier of Allah and another 9/11. This is what you did with the Muslims, and that's what you deserve, unquote. I am not even going to get into that article. I'm going to put that on American Liberty Radio Podcast for you guys to take a gander at. If you're religious or spiritual in any way, well, let's put it this way. If you're religious and belong to a religious organization here in the United States, if you're a Christian, I'm just going to plainly put it to you just like that. If you're of any Christian denomination or sect, don't pray as much as you would if you were to actually get out and help people. Okay, you can pray all along. Don't sit down in one spot is what I'm saying and pray. Don't do that. For some reason, that article is not going up. So, let me do this. I think the algorithms at Facebook are tracking what I'm posting, and they're saying, nope, that's not going up there. Really? Are you sure? But what I was saying is don't sit in one place and obsess over praying to move God's heart. Ain't going to happen. Okay, well, I'm just going to put it up there, and if it doesn't go up there, it doesn't go up there. It's just a link. There's no picture to it on American Liberty Radio podcast. Go out and help people. And as you're driving and as you're walking and as you're doing, pray silently within yourself. Pray for others if they need it, if they want it. Just whatever it is you do, my point is do. Don't just sit there and, twiddle your thumbs or whatever it is you do. Get out and just open up your churches. I mean, look at what happened look at how much crap Joel Osteen got for not opening up his church. And some people who were near there had posted stuff on Facebook saying everybody's lying, he's opening his doors and all this, that, and the other thing. Look how much crap he got for all that. You really want that for your church? I think you need to just go down there, open up the doors, and say, whoever needs help, we've got help. But if you're in the direct line of Hurricane Irma, close the doors, pack your stuff, and leave. Because I guarantee you, you're not going to have a building when you get back. Okay? I've never been through hurricanes or tornadoes. I've been through earthquakes. It's the same damn thing. If the ground is shaking and there's something going on, you need to just leave. I grew up in Stockton, California, which is about 90 minutes away from, or something like that, from San Francisco. Believe me, when the 89 Northridge earthquake hit, I wasn't living there, but I came back and talked to friends, and people that were involved in that, and people who went to San Francisco that day. Believe me, they were scared as hell. And it rocked Stockton bad. Okay? So I don't know. When the governor, when the sheriff, when somebody in Florida tells you in every single county, pack your crap and leave, you pack your crap and leave. Okay? The Daily Mail. Here, let me switch gears here. You guys know what you're doing over there in Florida. So, positive thoughts and energy coming your way, folks. Let me switch gears here. Now, as you know, I'm a sci-fi buff. I love sci-fi. I grew up watching it. I read it. I got books, blah, blah, blah. That's my genre, sci-fi. And I've watched Star Trek. All incarnations of Star Trek, including Scott Bakula's Enterprise. I mean, seriously. Well, I should say Enterprise with Scott Bakula. They did at one point call it Star Trek Enterprise, but they switched it. So anyway, the new one is coming out, Discovery. The Daily Mail is saying new Star Trek show has modeled its Klingons on Trump supporters and, quote, racial purity is a big theme, unquote. Klingons as Trump supporters will now represent the current culture war within the United States. The showrunners of a highly anticipated new CBS Star Trek series have said their Klingons will symbolize Trump supporters in modern America. Not even going to read that. I want you guys to read that and draw your own conclusions on it. Assess it however you want, but draw your own conclusions on it. Do I plan on watching it? Yeah, I'll give it a shot. See what it is. Yeah, you bet. Yeah, I just know. Let me go to Facebook. I'm going to go to my personal page, and I will say this, and I'm going to put a disclaimer here because this is true, and a lot of people can verify this. My friends in California and Michigan and all that, they can verify this, and with this disclaimer. But I want to say something after that, and what I posted on my Facebook page, Wayne S. Pierce on Facebook, I will say it like this. Disclaimer. My clairvoyant abilities have helped me see things. After several decades and many clarifications and verifications, What is happening now is happening exactly as I have foreseen it. There's something much worse coming. Aside from the natural and unnatural disasters, something much, much worse is coming. It's definitely not a matter of if, and honestly, I have no clue when this worst thing will be upon us. Could be a day from now, weeks, or even years from now. There's no telling exactly when something will happen. I know that's pretty vague, but even I misinterpret signs I see. Symbols and signs are not my strong suit. Whatever you do to have and keep a peace of mind every day, this would be the time to employ it. My apologies for being so vague. I mean that, folks. There are certain things that are happening. There are certain things that were foretold to happen. Now, everybody criticizes Mikhail Nostradamus. Everybody criticizes him and says, well, and all the skeptics, all the people in the Skeptic magazine, all that, they say, well, you look back on Nostradamus's, prognostications and all of that, and you can take anything today and place it within those vague things to make it work. No. If you understood the culture of that time, in Nostradamus' time, you would know that he wasn't really able to say exactly what was going on. Same with the psychics of today and the prognosticators of today and the prophets of today. You cannot literally say the precise, specific things that are going on. Why? Well, there's a lot of reasons why, but one of them is the culture of that time looked down upon people like him and others like him, and pretty much later on burned them alive for being witches. Okay? So in his defense, I will say the way that he wrote was exactly the way he had to write to keep all of the information within code, within this, whatever it is, whatever you want to say. And there, by the way, some scholars have said that yes, there is a code in the quatrains of Nostradamus' prophecies. So you got to look at that one too. But yeah, everything that was told by him and everything from after he passed away into many centuries up to Mr. Edgar Casey, you look at all of those things. You look at everything, even in the modern day, from 1945 till today, 2017. You look at all the prognosticators. You look at everything that they say. The skeptics, the non-believers, the Christians, everybody's going to throw eggs and tomatoes at these people and criticize them for who they are. And, they're going to say they're fear-mongers. They're this, they're that. Oh, they're the tool of the devil, blah, blah, blah. No. I'm just going to say it. No. That's just the way it is. Okay. I've always said, I've always said that we are the product of our environment. How we were raised determines how we're going to see things, and how many people around us telling us what to see is going to be part of that. And when we don't think for ourselves and release all those people from our lives and send them away and drop our preconceived ideas and the things that we were told to see and how we were supposed to see them, when we get rid of all of that and start thinking for ourselves, yeah, we'll see those people had no idea what they were talking about. But I only speak for myself. Newsbusters is reporting Daily Beast hails poetic justice of climate denier homes wrecked by Hurricane Irma. Yeah, you heard that right. Quote, you might see poetic justice in homes owned by President Trump and billionaire David Koch and commentators Rush Limbaugh and Ann Coulter, unquote. Leah Barkowski at Town Hall assembled a cast of liberal ill-wishers on Twitter, just hoping Hurricane Irma trashes Mar-a-Lago. The Daily Beast posted a milder version of the poetic justice Schadenfreude, I think is. I'm trying to remember that. At the top of their homepage on Friday, monster Hurricane Irma barrels toward climate change deniers' playground. Another headline suggested this monster hurricane was supercharged lesson for conservatives. Michael Daly began. The playground of the big shot climate change deniers becomes subject of a hurricane evacuation order as of 5 p.m. Friday. And were it not for all of the innocent souls who have been and likely will be hurt in Hurricane Irma, you might see poetic justice in homes owned by Donald Trump, or President Trump, and billionaire David Koch, and commentators Rush Limbaugh and Ann Coulter being battered by a storm made the most powerful ever recorded in the Atlantic with a boost from warmer water and moisture air, unquote. I'll leave that right there, because I'm going to show you and really clarify through that article. I just read a portion of it. I didn't read it all. You guys need to assess it on your own. But I'm going to, show you exactly, just from what I read, how incredibly stupid these leftists are. Hey, I make no bones about it, folks. They're the dumbest people on the face of the planet, period. Just say no more. Say no more. Say no more. We only have, I shouldn't say only, excuse me, let's throw that word out. We have the opportunity and the availability, hopefully, to be able to help those that are in need. We as the United States of America. That does not mean putting these people on some government substance or subsidy to create a lifestyle for them to be so against peace, freedom, liberty, and security for the nation of the United States. If that is the case, and if these people are on some sort of government program, they immediately and effectively need to be banned, and they need to be banned from ever being on that program, and all of that program for them needs to be abolished immediately. If you look at the number of people that have come here in the last 20 years, and you look at the number of those people fighting and clawing and working and making a life for their family, I will applaud them. But you can look at the other numbers, and they will show you that most of the people have come here to get on the government dole, to get handouts from the government. And these are the same people trashing this country, because it's not like the country they left. Let me tell you something. This is the United States of America. You don't like it? Get the hell out. I don't care if you were born and raised here. You don't like it? Get out. Oh, and by the way, don't go to Canada. They're not accepting anybody anyway. They are limitedly, they're accepting. I should correct myself. Limitedly, they are accepting people on a limited basis. But it's not like walking over the border and just getting on the... No. No. Canada is a little bit better at their immigration than we are. And a little more stronger. They have a sense of pride in their country. I've been there. I've been to Ontario. Believe me. There's a sense of pride about the country. Even though the Queen of England runs it, there's a sense of pride of the people of that whole, from what I've seen. In America, where's the pride? You want to rebuild the pride in America? You bring all those companies back to the United States. You put American people back to work. That's where the pride will come from, and it will build up from there. Now, you're probably sitting there, well, what are you saying? If other countries, thank you, NAFTA and GATT, if other countries are employing their people in American companies over there, they're not helping the United States. So if I were president, I would tell all these companies that are over there, you're coming back here within the next 6 months to a year. You're going to employ American citizens in this country because we need the jobs. If you do not, and if you refuse to come back to the United States, and oh yes, we will give you some tax breaks if you do that, we will tax the crap out of you and every single piece of stuff that you send over here. That will raise prices, that will cause people to lose confidence in the market, that will cause your company to fail. Shall I go on? I mean, that's just the way it is. Now, of course, some people might say, well, that's blackmail. No, it's not. You want to stay over there and employ those people? Okay, here's another option. We're cutting everything off. We're cutting you off. Everything. We're cutting your family off. You stay over there. You no longer are part of America. We will cut you off. We won't buy anything from you. We won't accept anything from you. You want to be in that country? You go ahead and be part of that country. That's the only other option. Two options. Come back, employ Americans. If not, stay in that country, employ those people, and we will cut you off, and we will rescind your citizenship on every level. You can deal with the taxes over there in their country, and you deal with them. I'm harsh, man. If you ain't going to support America, if you're not going to be here to support the United States of America and the peace, freedom, liberty, and security that we need in this country, and you don't want to be a part of that, pack your crap and leave. No, I'm serious. Pack your crap and leave. That's what I believe wholeheartedly. You don't like it? Leave. Hell, you're around people you don't like every day, and you don't talk to them because you don't have anything to do with them, right? Because you got a bad vibe or whatever it is, right? You just walk away from them, right? Well, you don't like America? Pack it, jacket, and leave. There you go. That's all you got. That's the only option you got right now. Hey, folks, I'm going to take a break, and I shall return. This is American Liberty Radio Network, AmericanLibertyRadio.weebly.com. You can email me at AmericanLibertyRadio@USA.com. The following is a disclaimer for American Liberty Radio Network. What I say on American Liberty Radio Podcast and the Truth Experience and the Wayne S. Pierce Show do not reflect the views and opinions of those that are not connected to or associated with me personally or my shows. Thank you. The Spencer Hughes Podcast. Mainstream propaganda media is failing miserably. Spencer Hughes tells you why. Join now and tune in for the most unbiased views you will ever hear. The Spencer Hughes Podcast, the best host on the West Coast. For more information, go to spencerhughes.net. Create your own podcast. Spreaker.com has it all. Set up your account and get ready to record podcasts or host live radio shows from your computer or mobile device. Spreaker's wide range of tools covers every step of the podcasting process, from simple recording and broadcasting apps to analytics on your audience. You can upload files or migrate content over using the RSS importer. Host your show today. For more information, go to Spreaker.com. American Liberty Radio Network. The reality underneath the honesty. LiveTruthRadio.com. Check out Late Night in the Midlands with your host Michael Vera at LateNightInTheMidlands.com, Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. Go to LateNightInTheMidlands.com. The world as we know it has been turned upside down. The leaders are faced with possible annihilation from their enemies. The United States is at the brink of a total collapse. This is the reality we live in. What can be done? The truth, the facts. American Liberty Radio Network. AmericanLibertyRadio.weebly.com. Hey folks, this is Wayne S. Pierce. Welcome back to the American Liberty Radio Podcast right here on American Liberty Radio Network, AmericanLibertyRadio.weebly.com. How are you? 9th of September, 2017. You guys doing okay? You guys rocking and rolling over there? Well, we are. Montana's had a lot of earthquakes up in Lincoln, Montana. We've had 2,300 plus earthquakes at Yellowstone. We've had, we're on fire over here, or we're on fire anyway, in Idaho, Washington, Montana, Wyoming, Oregon, California, Nevada. So yeah, the Northwest is yeah. Yeah, folks, lots going on. RT is reporting, welcome to 1984. It wasn't supposed to be a operations manual, but it turned out to be. Thank you, George Orwell, Eric Blair. Big Brother Google now watching your every political move. We aren't talking about your average car company here. Google has taken the unprecedented step of burying material, mostly from websites on the political right, that it has deemed to be inappropriate. The problem, however, is that the world's largest search engine is a left-leaning company with an axe to grind. Let's face it, deep down in our hearts, in our heart of hearts, we knew the honeymoon wouldn't last forever. The willingness to place eternal faith in an earth-straddling company that oversees the largest collection of information ever assembled was doomed to end in a bitter divorce from the start. After all, each corporation, just like humans, has their own political proclivities. There we go. And Google is certainly no exception. But we aren't talking about your average car company here. Yeah. There's a video associated with Eric Schmidt, who is the Google CEO. So that's going on American Liberty Radio Podcast for all you to take a gander at and assess it on your own. I can't sit here and twist your arm to make you believe anything you don't want to. But I can at least put up the information for you so you can go look at it. And yeah, there's something wrong with Facebook, apparently, because no pictures are showing up on the links that I'm providing for you on American Liberty Radio Podcast. Something definitely up with that. Probably being censored by the algorithms. Mikhail Thalen, Infowars.com, 8th of September 2017. Radiation detected following North Korea nuke test. Xenon-133 isotope previously connected to Pyongyang's nuclear program. Trace amounts of xenon gas have been detected in South Korea following North Korea's test Sunday on a purported thermonuclear device. According to a South Korea's Nuclear Safety and Security Commission, minute levels of the radionuclide were found Friday during analysis of the land, air, and water supplies. The commission will attempt to find, quote, how the xenon entered South Korea territory, unquote, and whether the material can be linked to Pyongyang. While xenon, a colorless and odorless gas, is naturally occurring, the NSSC's sample was that of Xenon-133, an isotope which was previously or has been previously connected to North Korea's nuclear tests. As a result of the analysis, it says here, of the samples gathered by September 8th, samples of Xenon-133 radionuclides were detected on the permanently attached devices on the Earth's surface, a statement from the NSSC said. The statement went on to stress that xenon detected at 0.43 I want to say that word, millibecquerels per cubic meter, or 0.03, poses no danger to, quote, South Koreans' territory or population, unquote. Well, how do they know? I'm sure they know. The test Sunday of the alleged hydrogen bomb, Pyongyang's sixth and largest nuclear test to date, produced a 6.3 magnitude earthquake and a suspected cave-in at Punggye underground nuclear test site, fueling fears of potential radiation leak. China similarly began emergency monitoring of radiation along its border with North Korea following the test. Pyongyang had released photos hours prior to the detonation of North Korea leader Kim Jong-un, Kim Jong Cheeseburger, inspecting the alleged H-bomb. Hold that in your thoughts. The nuclear device was reportedly designed to fit atop Pyongyang's Hwasong-14 intercontinental ballistic missile. Experts fear the rogue nation may now be capable of reaching the United States mainland with a nuclear-tipped long-range missile following its two ICBM tests in July. South Korean government believes North Korea could launch another ICBM on the 64th anniversary of the Kim regime's founding this Saturday. Yeah, that's the whole article, folks, but I'm going to put that up there and on American Liberty Radio Podcast for you guys to take a look at. I often wonder, and this is just me. See, now a picture goes up on there, the preview picture. I don't know what the hell's wrong with this. But anyway, it's just me, but I want to say this. Get rid of all nuclear power. Well, it's clean, and it's effective, and it's efficient, and it's... No. It's freaking deadly, okay? How do you think Mars was wiped out? Yeah, I said it. You know, I used to watch the Daily Show with Jon Stewart, and Stephen Colbert was on there every once in a while. I used to laugh. I get some laughs. Stephen Colbert is a freaking idiot. He's just a downright, complete, utter idiot. And I'm not insulting a box of rocks when I say that he's dumber than a box of rocks, okay? He's the dumbest person I have ever seen. He's supposed to be funny. He's not funny. You know. It's just, yeah. Okay, I'm just going to leave that there. Infowars.com, 8th of September 2017. Colbert hails Hitler in Nazi jab at Trump. Late night host continues Trump is a Nazi meme. He's an idiot. CBS Late Show host Stephen Colbert saluted the Nazi regime Thursday in another comparison between President Trump and Adolf Hitler. After claiming ousted White House chief advisor Steve Bannon looks like a corpse found floating in the harbor, Colbert went on to address the Breitbart's editor's comments to 60 Minutes, playing a clip in which Bannon says Trump is taking it up to a higher level. Quote, he's definitely taking it to a higher level. I'd say his support is about right up there, unquote, Colbert said, saluting a genocidal regime defeated in World War II. The former comedian, he's not funny. The former Comedy Central host had previously also sketched a swastika on his show and another jab at the president, whose leftist claim is literally Hitler. Okay. Just going to put that out there on American Liberty Radio Podcast for you to take a look at if you don't puke when you see Stephen Colbert. He's dumber than a box of freaking turds. Seriously. He's probably part of it anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But and speaking of those Holly weird leftists, I'm going to post this on American Liberty Radio Podcast. I didn't see Hunger Games. I don't plan to see Hunger Games. I don't want to see Hunger Games. I just don't. Stop it. I used to like Jennifer Lawrence. I think she was in the X-Men. I'm not sure. Please correct me if I'm wrong. But I just put Jennifer Lawrence as a complete idiot. It takes hard work to be this dumb. That's up on American Liberty Radio Podcast. DOJ confirms lawsuit is a matter of public interest. Breaking, lawyer files lawsuit against the FBI and corrupt Clintons. So they're being sued. Comey rigged Hillary investigation. Former FBI director let Clinton off the hook. Yeah, they both should go to jail. New evidence backs Trump vote fraud claim. Out-of-state voters may have swung New Hampshire for Dems. Just saying. Positive energy and thoughts and all that going to central Mexico. 8.1 earthquake down there. Yeah. Claiming 6 dead, but yeah, let's just say there's going to be more. Okay. There's so much going on in our world today that I think we are so overwhelmed with everything happening. And I have said this before, things change every 5 minutes, it seems like. So with all that happening, with everything going on, with everything that's there, with everything that is going on in our world today, one might think that this is the end of the world. Folks, this is not the end of the world, okay? So get that out of your head. The earth is dramatically going through some changes. It's not global warming. Shut the hell up. It's not climate change. Shut up, because weather has happened for millions of years, okay? Had nothing to do with man, okay? Don't even try to say, well, I got evidence that it's man-made climate change. And you're a freaking idiot. Get in line with Stephen Colbert. It's not. Go look at the actuaries. Anyway. Yeah, I said a big $3 college word, okay? This is not the end of the world, and we don't see it anytime soon. Now, if you're going to believe the nonsense out of the Bible, yeah, I called it nonsense because if you look deep into the culture of that time and you look at every single little tiny itty bitty thing, I guarantee you, you're going to say, what? Yeah, I'm not going to go in. That's a whole different podcast on its own. And I will give you chapter, verse, and all of that, and all of the documents, or most of them that I can find, and that I have with me. And I will show you how much of nonsense it truly is, historically speaking. Okay. So, the world is not going to end, folks. The degree at which our governments and countries are at this point are causing great upheaval economically, politically in our world. Now, the world as we know it, with people and populations and people going to work and yada, 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 the things that we do every day, that will change. That will come to an end. But when you get up in the morning, moms or dads, and you get ready for work and you do all that and you walk outside and you have your keys and you press the button to unlock your car and all of that, stop for a minute. Take a look around. Take a look around. And if goosebumps don't go up your neck, something's wrong with you. But if you want some more clarification, get in your car, go to work, wherever you go to work. Walk into the building, walk into wherever you're going, even on a job site for you construction workers. Stop for a moment. Take a look around. My point is, things are going to change so much that you're not going to recognize the environment that you're in. And there's just a plethora of things that are going to happen that are going to cause you to rethink your position in life almost immediately. And if you don't get that sense, that feeling, that goosebumpy feeling all over you that something is not quite right, then there's something wrong with you. And you're going to be duped by the leftist as you have been duped already, even more so then. You're going to be duped by them and sucked into their way of thinking, as you have been in the past. And they're going to tell you what to think, when to think, why to think, and how to think. My question to you is, my fellow Americans, is why can't you think for yourself? Why don't you want to? That's just a question. You can drop it in the comment section down there on Spreaker.com. That's fine. You can email it to me at AmericanLibertyRadio@USA.com. That's AmericanLibertyRadio@USA.com. You can go to American Liberty Radio Podcast, put your answer there. That's fine. Go on Facebook, American Liberty Radio Podcast. You'll find it. Drop your answer there. It's okay. I'd like to hear from you. The facts are staring you in the face, folks. The facts are there, and why are you not looking at them? I'm just wondering. You can answer that question, too. I got enough time to grab a couple more headlines here. The Daily Caller is reporting Roger Stone to call on Trump to pardon Bundy. Standoff with federal government in 2014 led to Bundy arrest. Longtime GOP strategist Roger Stone will petition his former boss, President Donald Trump, to pardon the ringleader of the 2014 armed standoff with federal governments. They make it sound bigger than what it really was. Stone announced on Twitter Friday night that he would appeal to Trump on behalf of the Nevada rancher Cliven Bundy, who will stand trial October 10th for inciting a rebellion against Bureau of Land Management officials that attempted to stop Bundy from illegally grazing his cattle on federal land. Excuse me. Cliven Bundy already said that he will not pay those grazing fees to the federal government. He will pay them to the state government. It's not that he didn't want to pay. You can go back. Go look on YouTube. Bundy, just look it up. Startpage.com, YouTube.com, I don't care. Look it up. Cliven Bundy said he does not want to pay the grazing fees to the federal government. He will pay them to the right departments in the state. Yes, that he will do. But this whole illegal arrest and illegal detention of these political prisoners in Nevada started out with the blessing and the order of Mr. Harry Reid. Okay? Harry Reid's land is nearby the Bundy Ranch. He wanted to grab the Bundy Ranch for it because his son, Rory Reid, was making deals with with a Chinese company, to build solar panels in that region. That is the reason why this whole thing came down. It has nothing, it's somewhat to do with the grazing fees, yeah. But when you look deeper into it, okay? I'm going to say this. I'm going to put this out. This is going up on American Liberty Radio Podcast, by the way. It says read more, so I want to put this up. I'm going to say this. Number one, we need to repeal the Act of 1871. We need to repeal the Act of 1871. Period. End of sentence, done. We need to do that today. Period. Now, there's no... no. Okay. It's just the way it is. We need to repeal it. We need to repeal the Federal Reserve Act. We need to repeal the Internal Revenue Act. President Woodrow Wilson signed both of those within months of one another, weeks of one another, actually. Go look it up. Startpage.com, President Woodrow Wilson, Internal Revenue Act, Federal Reserve Act. Go look that up. Bottom line is we don't need a centralized government. Bottom line is our states we have the three branches of government in each state, all of that. So we have all of that there for our, for our states. We have it. Okay. We don't need anything else. We don't need a centralized government on a 10 square mile piece of land. That land that is only the land they own, period. They should not own anything else in the rest of the United States. That 10 square mile piece of land is theirs, and that's the only land they own. We should not listen to anything that they say. I don't care who the bobblehead is in the Oval Office. I don't give one rip about who's up there. Howdy Doody can be up there. I don't give a crap. Doesn't matter. We should not listen to Washington, D.C., period. None of us should. I don't care if you're a governor or a lieutenant governor, if you're somebody going out taking care of their family. We should not listen to Washington, D.C., period. If you look at the structure of the Act of 1871 and you look how all of that is constructed and is now operating, it is exactly like a business, because that's what the Act of 1871 is. It's a business contract with England. We handed everything back over to England in 1871. Thank you, President Ulysses S. Grant. Okay? So anyway, when and if people decide to get up off their ass and go do what has to be done to reclaim the United States of America, to stand up for the principles of peace, freedom, liberty, and security in this nation, to stand up for the Constitution of the United States of America and the Bill of Rights, then we'll have a country of by and for the people. And what would happen after that? Corrupt bankers, corrupt politicians, corrupt people, all that. Washington, D.C. itself would be null and void. They would have no power over the rest of the United States of America. We would go in and take out, and arrest and imprison and all of that. About 85% of all those corrupt politicians in there, including the Clintons, including all the lobbyists, including all of the special interest groups. We would just completely steamroll over Washington, D.C. and turn that whole thing into a freaking museum. There you go. But the question is when are people going to do this? When are people going to get up off their duffs and go out and take care of business the way that Americans know how? So, I just, I don't know, man. I don't know. How are you looking at all of this? How are you seeing all of this? Do you see something I'm not? Have I overlooked something? Have I missed something in the translation here? What's going on? How is this going to unfold in the next several months to a few years before the end of Donald Trump's first term? Because damn well he'll get reelected. That's that number one off the list. Let me just say that. Everything that is happening right now on the leftist side of the equation here in the United States is going to cause people to reelect Donald Trump as president. He'll be damn near 80 by the time he gets out of office. Actually, he'll be 78. So when you look at all of this, when you examine this whole playing field, you look at the players on each side and you look at what's happening and you examine everything that's been there and everything that was taken away from us, and you examine all of that, the bigger question in all of this is, how are we going to change it all for the benefit of we the people? That's the bigger question in all of this. How do we function to that degree? What's next? I don't know, but it's just I don't know, man. I don't know. We have to do something. We have to take care of our own people. We have to do something, and we have to take care of one another in some way, shape, or form, obviously. But we have to do something. Not just sit there and hope that somebody else is going to do it, or hope that, somebody with right thinking will be in the office of, in Washington and they'll take care of things. No, it's not going to happen that way, folks. No. Not going to happen that way. We have to do something. This is American Liberty Radio Network. AmericanLibertyRadio.weebly.com. Email me at AmericanLibertyRadio@USA.com. AmericanLibertyRadio@USA.com. This is American Liberty Radio Network, sharing the truth one fact at a time without all the BS.